Good morning. This is Carlos Warter, wishing you a great week and reminding you that on Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we have a webinar to which you are invited to attend for free once you register at the webinar page, which is all over Facebook and the internet at your disposal. So I start by inviting you to participate with questions for this particular event, which we try and which is already filling up. In this time of what we have called social isolation, and maybe remembrance of all the valuable things that we have and we can share when this social isolation is not present. Through this means, social media, we have battled down the isolation since we can communicate with those loved ones that we cannot touch at this point, and yet establish a rapport eye to eye, heart to heart, face to face, overcoming the fear that constantly bombards us in the traditional news media, in which very little is reported about who has survived and how, and what the true source of this virus is. We know from quantum physics that particles and waves operate hand in hand. And waves create a field. And I want to invite you to not enter the viral field, which is energetically a presence that we can avoid, I believe, till today, by raising our consciousness and our awareness to a body of light which sits available to everybody, let's say the light of the sun, the light of the grand central sun, the light of higher light frequencies, which not only travel, as it used to be said, straight, in a straight line, but it is multidimensionally absorbed by our field, as I taught in a meditation last week, of bringing in the light through the highest point in your head and breathing it out through the highest point of your head into the palm of your hands and the plant sole of your feet, thus creating a field ourselves of light surrounding us from head to toe, literally from head to sole of the feet, and allowing that this isolation is a protection, a field of energy that we can envision, visualize, and see, and feel. And through it, vibrate to our loved ones the same free-from energy from the field that we call the virus. This is not complicated. It is a simple meditational, as I call it today, awareness exercise, or simply another form of visualizing ourselves than the one we learned in grammar school of head, arms, and physicality. We are spiritual beings capable, through our higher centers in the brain, not to create an alternate reality, but to become aware that a non-ordinary consciousness is available to what we call ordinary, and it is a consciousness of perception of what already is, not of manipulation, not of visualization, not of isolation or escapism, as it used to be called in so-called normal times, but it is awareness, not a neurotheological aspect of being, but the opposite, a theoneurological aspect of being, since aspects, areas, and zones of our brain have been already placed in there without being activated by creator, creative force, universal consciousness, so that we can access it, so that it is like having eyes that are closed and opening them to be able to observe, to see the plants, the flowers, everything that is around us, and we have not noticed when our attention has been focused on something else. Everything that is surrounding us is already here, and we have to open our eyes to observe it. Same thing with listening. Same thing with envisioning or opening our higher frontal area, our real executive power, to execute the will of immunity, self-protection, and higher perception of the reality that is, as I said before, already here, but we have not been trained or awakened and ignore it. May you have an open day, and please sign up so we can converse about all of this and other things this Thursday, the 23rd, at 4 p.m. And yet you have to register before. Happy day.